Hey there, all you creepers and reapers. Welcome to another episode of the Femme Fatalities. I'm your co-hostess, Anna, and I'm with...
Hey, Grieflings and Frightlings, it's Margaret, and Anna and I got a fun cast for you today. Anna, what are we talking about today?
That's right, y'all. We're going to take a trip to an area that's right here in my own backyard, down the Appalachian Trail, through West Virginia, and we are going to visit Tucker and Dale and see how they overcome evil. And yes, I did have to do that accent because hillbilly stereotyping is a very large theme in the movie. Before we get too far into it, there are some triggers. Um, Stereotyping, I think, is a very strong one.
Yes.
Bizarre self-inflicted death, blood, limb loss,
Accidents,
chainsaws.
grudges, revenge.
Yes, rural settings, cabins, water. There's a dog. Nothing happens to him, but I think he's adorable. But if you're not into animals, there is a dog.
Large machinery accidents.
Yes. But this movie is a comedy. So
Yes.
keep that in mind too. It's silly. It's great. We start off with this stereotypical group of college kids driving out to go camping in the woods in clothing that is totally not for camping, mind you.
Yep, it is taking horror movie stereotypes, movie stereotypes,
Mm-hmm.
life stereotypes, and poking fun at them, really telling us, like, do you judge a book by its cover? That's what this movie feels like
Mm-hmm.
the theme is. Like, what do you know about who you're judging? And like Anna said, it's a funny, like when you see through the teen or the college student's
Mm-hmm.
point of view, and then Tucker and Dale's point of view.
Absolutely. And it's just a lot of situation and circumstance, and it's quite silly. Um, I think that one thing about Tucker and Dale is they're hardworking because they buy this cabin on their own to fix up, which is super great, but it is kind of creepy. And I think the movie is fun too because there are a lot of elements and nods to other horror films. Like, obviously, the cabin that they get, totally like Evil Dead
Mm.
moment. They're out on a boat in the lake, Jason Voorhees, Crystal Lake, the creepy kid at the gas station, complete cabin fever, like just a lot of really funny nods that if you watch this movie, I hope that you pick up on because I thought that was very entertaining.
Yes, even the I want revenge because something happened to my family member, and
Mm-hmm.
bringing the judgment full circle, right? Our killer that's like, oh, hillbillies killed my family. And then she's like, you're half hillbilly.
Yes. And he's like, what? Yeah. And I have to say, like, the college kids completely fall into the traditional horror stereotype. Sadly, most of the girls are not very bright. Um, the guys are just douchey. So you don't feel bad about anything happening to the majority of them. Now, the final girl, of course, she's very kind and sweet and caring. So of course there is one of them, but I think that the kills were just really creative and silly.
Yes. Oh, they were so funny. Even he's like, why do all these college kids made a pact to come out here to kill themselves? Why are they doing that to
Yeah,
us?
absolutely. I think that one of the funniest ones is the sheriff when he's like, "Don't lean on that beam," and then
Would you say that's your favorite kill? Because I love with the bees and the chainsaws. He's
oh my
like,
gosh, it's just everything is so funny. Um, I think the movie itself is really it's a well done comedy. You get
mhm.
what you've signed up for, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. It does take place in Appalachia, which is a setting for several horror films and genres, and there's a lot of folklore and things going on. Right now, as we record, actually, there's been a lot of springtime rainy weather. And so the region is actually recovering. If you are thinking about going out there to check it out, plan ahead, make sure you check weather warnings and availability and things like that, just because the region has been really susceptible to a lot of the weather that we've had recently. Also, like most places, there is a stereotype of persons living there, and I would venture to tell you, not many people fall into that stereotype, so be careful to believe what you see. This movie itself is a parody, so please keep that in mind.
Yes. I feel you touch on two really valuable points. One, the stereotypes and how do we go into new situations
Mm-hmm.
and avoid the stereotypes, to be open-minded, to see what that situation is, the people in that situation, without bringing our stereotypes and expectations. And also the be prepared. If you are going to a region, a country that you are not familiar with, like Anna said, be prepared. What is the weather? What do you need? How do you go to this area? I am in Colorado, so every year people come here and they don't prepare for the right our elevation. And so
Mm-hmm.
then they get elevation sickness. So how do you prepare and be knowledgeable while not having stereotypes or expectations?
Absolutely. And here I'm in we call it the Nova area, so Northern Virginia, Maryland, DC area. Every summer, people come to DC and they cannot believe how humid it is. Prepare, research. We're used to it. Yes, it sucks. It's sticky and swampy, but it is what it is. And even if you're traveling abroad or overseas, I totally agree with Margaret. Make sure you research where you're going. You need to think about the social culture, the weather, the terrain, what is available, what's not available, what your resources are going to look like. It's always better to plan ahead and have too much information than get somewhere and realize the destination is not what you thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Who do you most relate to?
Oh, that's a good question. I would probably have to say the dog. Um, just because I'm like, hi, I'm here, I'm chilling, leave me alone. Just I'm trying to live my life, but I do love too how, like, no matter what, the dog finds Dale. Like, even though Tucker has to rescue it from the college kids, eventually it comes back and finds Dale, and all is well. What about
Yeah,
you? Who do you most
I
relate
was gonna say the dog too.
to? Yeah. And what do you think? The movie itself, what is like a funny moment that sticks out to you, like generally from the whole movie?
I think, like, when I think of the movie, I think of that chainsaw bee scene where he's just like wielding it, and the bees are everywhere, or even like Tucker's misfortune that everywhere he seems to go, the kid that runs into the wood chipper, like all these
What
scenes
chipper?
where he's like,
Oh
what is
yeah,
happening
Fargo
to me?
reference. Yeah, that's right, Fargo. I like in the hospital when Tucker's like, they found my fingers. This one looks kind of different. It's just
Yeah.
silly. They're just
Mm-hmm.
silly, and it's great. But yeah, listeners, if you are looking for something entertaining and silly, still gory and bloody, but just a good, like, laugh movie, this is definitely one. And hey, if you're listening, what horror comedy makes you laugh? Let us know. We definitely want to check them out, and maybe we'll talk about them on the podcast. Margaret,
What's your most iconic scene when you think of this movie? What do you think of?
oh gosh, I the boat when they're like, "We got your friend." That, and when he's eating the pickled eggs because it's gross. And for me, I'm just like, ugh. Just, I don't know about you, but where I grew up, anytime you go to a buffet, pickled eggs and red beet eggs are readily available, and it immediately just makes me think about like the smell, and I'm just like, oh.
Ooh, I think you touch on something big too. Like this movie is like a buddy comedy too. Like it touches on the beauty of their friendship where it's like, oh, the eggs, and right, the other one's like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah, like shouldn't have asked. But yeah, it is definitely a great buddy movie. It's a great one to see with your friends too. And yeah, okay, so are you more Tucker or are you more Dale?
oh my gosh. I feel like I see myself in both of them. Like, hey, what's going on? How can I help you? How can I support you? I want to talk with you. Or hey, I'm doing these things and these weird things just keep happening
Yeah.
around me. I don't know. You?
I think I'm more Dale because I can be really awkward. Um, but I remember like really random interesting things, so that definitely is very Dale.
Yes, it is.
And also, I forgot that some of the actors in this movie have been in a bunch of things and are fairly accomplished now. So, yeah, if you watch it, let us know who you recognize, listeners. It's always a fun little thing to think about during the movie.
Yes, yes. It's a
Well,
fun movie.
yes, it is. And it's important. You got to keep smiling, keep laughing. Let us know what makes you laugh. Let us know
Yes,
if you're a Dale or a Tucker, too.
yes.
Yes, please. And until next time, make sure you drink your brew, eat your coffin cookies, and howl at the moon. Don't forget.
Like, subscribe, follow, comment.
And until next time.
Thanks for watching and listening.